Thanks, Lucy. Evening, coach. Tough luck on the results overall in the series, but I just want to hear from your side, your assessment, judging from all three games and also how the boys finished, which was probably a little bit positive in terms of how close the results was, but how would you assess the entire series?
Yeah, I suppose to put it bluntly, we were pretty much outplayed really throughout the series in both departments. As you said, though, there were some sort of lights at the end of the tunnel along the way. A couple of, I think we improved as we went along. And there were little bits of our blueprint that shone through today, specifically in the batting department. Being 12 for 2 and then having a 50 or 30 partnership, that's how we want to play the game. We want to keep taking the game forward. Tristan Stubbs played well when he came in, and then obviously Donovan Ferreira on debut to play like that. So, even being in trouble and getting to 190, I suppose that's the positive side of things. And then I felt the guys made a good fist of it, but as we found out throughout the series here, to be really on the money with the bowling, if the mark, they were either hitting the ball for 4 or 6. So our bowling got put under pressure. And a reflection for us is, we weren't good enough, we weren't up to it, but some seriously strong learnings to take away from the series.
Alicia from Sports Unlocked. Hard luck, coach, on the loss on the series. Just your overall analysis of the debutants from the first T20, the likes of Bretsky, the likes of
Brevis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just how the impact that they have in the series.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Dewald didn't get many runs in his 2 opportunities. There's still no doubting his quality and his ability. So it was really, from my point of view, the positive was to give him an opportunity to test the waters in international cricket. So he's now got a real sense of playing a good team. What does that feel like? Obviously, Gerald made his T20 debut, which is just sort of a capping of the other 2 that he's already done. I thought he bowled well in the first game and particularly well this evening, so that was pretty good. Matthew, again, didn't get many runs, but still great to give him an opportunity to make his debut. And just watching him go through his work and his training throughout the series, I'm really excited by what he has to offer. Even his dismissal, just the courage to make a play in that situation is sometimes more than the actual result. So we looked favorably then, and then Donovan, he really showed us something special, I believe, on debut. To play like that, to hit the ball like that, that's exciting that we've got these types of players in the ranks.
Hi, Coach Yugesh Play from the Mercury newspaper. Coach, just a few days to go before the start of the 50-over game. Can you talk to us about the transition from the 20-over game to the 50-over game, also with the World Cup looming around the corner?
Yeah, obviously we get the 5 guys that haven't played yet, the more senior chaps coming back in. So it'll be great to have their energy and experience stepping back into the fray. I mean, one thing we can say is it's a lead up to a World Cup, so it is obviously 5 big games for us to come together as a group to keep building on the type of way we've played the game already so far this year and beyond. So looking excited for that squad to come together, and 5 keenly contested cricket matches. I think we're going to have an awesome series.
Yeah.
Coach, the batting started off well for getting skittled out. Australia's bowling coming to the fore, but the failure to achieve any significant partnerships in the top order, is that a worrying factor, or is it just feeding problems that is hoping to build on into something more effective? Thank you.
No, it's not. I mean, partnerships in cricket is one of the oldest cliches, isn't it? However, for me, as I said, that partnership of 50 or 30 from bringing 12 for 2, that's for the top order batters. I'm very happy with the way we played that particular portion of the innings. We could easily have gone defensive and tried to protect the back end and walked away with 30 odd in the power play. Instead, we walk away with 50. So yeah, the ideal is always for someone to kick on. I mean, Aiden was going, guns blazing, and then he gets out, he smashes one straight to the fielder. So you can bemoan these small little moments in the game, ideals are for them to kick on. Like Travis said, that he goes on and scores 90, and that's this, that's sort of the significant difference in the game. So, but no one's trying to get out. Everyone's aiming for the same thing, and the game is, it is riddled with risk if you're playing the T20 game these days. So sometimes it's going to pay off, and other times it isn't. I was happy with the progress we made as a batting unit through the series. Still not at our best, but to score 190 today, even with the little hiccups along the way, is a positive sign for me. We could, in terms of how we have played and how we want to play, it could have been 165 day, but instead we got to 190 with that aggressive intent. So all things being equal, if we strung our partnerships together slightly better, it was probably a 215 day for us. So not miles off, but there's work to be done.
Thanks. We're going to take one more from the floor before we go online.
Coach Hatlag Nkula from SABC Sport.
Yes.
We know that on Tuesday you will make a big announcement in terms of the World Cup squad. How difficult it is to make such decision, especially with the young promising players that have come on board in the Proteas, the SA20, has also seen a lot of players doing well and raising their hands, and also the senior players seems to be not performing very well in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're announcing a squad, be it for a series or for a World Cup, there's always tough calls that have to be made. The better your system's producing, the better the player that's missing out, if that makes sense. So if we've got good players missing out, it means our system's strong. It means our group of players are strong, and we're not there yet, as we learned in this series, that our next best have got work to do, and we've got work to do as a collective to be better. But yeah, I mean, the World Cup announcement is obviously significant. The young guys that have been in the system through these 3 games and been working away tirelessly in the winter, for me, it's more exciting than anything else. They obviously can't all get a go at the same time, but the future is bright if we manage to manage them well, and like we have brought them into international space, give them opportunity to play, test their skills, and give us information as to what we need to do better as we grow them.
Thanks. To those online, we'll start with Firdous.
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Rob? Rob, you spoke a little bit about, the batting improvements, and I think we could see that from the outside. But it did look like the area that South Africa were falling short consistently was in the bowling. So I'm just wondering if you assess it that way. And also, I know you had Rory Kleinfeldt and Quinton Friend involved at various times. Have you settled on a permanent bowling coach, and do you know who you may take to India?
So to answer the first question, yeah, look, there's no running away from it or hiding from it. I mean, their batting skill was certainly better than what we had to offer with the ball. The same guys, and that can often be tough. It can be a tough situation to be in when 2 days later you back out. The same guys are out there trying their best again. I'll never ever question the guys' effort. I'll never question the diligence and the work they put in. We got a hard lesson in terms of not executing our skills. So when we were inaccurate or misexecuted, they really punished us. So for me, as much as it was an eye opener, I think for our bowling unit, again, it gives us a real strong direction as to what we need to do to be better and to contend with the types of hitters that they've got. In answer to your second question, Eric Simons has been joining us through the winter, and he will be joining us through the one-day series and the World Cup.
Thanks, Firdous. We're going to take 2 last ones from online. We'll go with Nathan and then look to wrap up with Hines.
Thank you very much, Lucy. Rob, I spotted Tom Dawson squib in the dugout. Obviously, a well-known sports team performer / psychologist. I believe he's with the UCT rugby side. What role does he play within the environment, and when did he join the side?
Yeah, so Tom is our appointed performance coach. So he operates in that space. He's been with us through half of the winter, and will be with us until the conclusion of the season. So yeah, it's been great to have him on board. He's got a broad knowledge of performance coaching across sports, and has been involved in cricket at different levels. So as I said, really cool to have someone with a different perspective. He's great for the coaching staff in terms of challenging us about the work that we do, and then also bringing a different dynamic to the team.
Thanks, Nathan. Hines?
Hi Rob, sorry, I'm gonna ask you two-tiered question if you don't mind quickly. Firstly, just given that the one-day series is up, and a couple of key guys coming back, I know from rugby experience that sometimes when they say, a guy walks on a knee, it's actually more serious than the knee actually being sore. But with Sisanda, is an acute knee injury a good thing or a bad thing? And then just secondly, just in terms of the World Cup squad announcement, do you think it's actually a good thing that you guys actually settle on the group that's going to India and then go into the one-day series? Almost want to say with that uncertainty away from the group.
So to the first question from a guy who's had lots of knee problems, there's never a nice knee pain. So from Sisanda's point of view, it's never nice to be injured. Knee, sort of those types of knee injuries can really cripple you, but this one seems to be improving and improving at a decent rate. So we're happy with that. And then, again, it's look, the core of the group knows who they are, and we have been together for a fairly decent period of time. So to nestle in onto what our squad looks like, and then compete in the 5-match series gives us an opportunity to just lay down the way we want to play the game, as we have been trying the whole time. So we're looking forward to it.